Here from American Nail Studios. I'm going to show you how to make these Princess Glitter Mix nails with a cover pink, as you can see, super sparkly. I've already did two. This is actually the third video because they keep getting erased. This one has a blunt end, so it's more of an almond shaped versus a stiletto. And as you can see, this beautiful mix that I've made, lots of pink mylar and fuchsia glitter and hearts, hexes, circles, everything pink and iridescent you can think of is in there. It's just beautiful. I love it. So right now we're going to start with a little bit of our cover pink. And let me move this out of the way now that you know that what we're using. And today I'm using Super Nails Cover Pink. And then I'm going to show you how to give it a more realistic effect instead of just having a cover pink smile line. So we're kind of going to get close to the cuticle, but not all the way. And then we're just going to pull it down. And then here we'll start actually forming our smile line. Get a little of the acrylic out of the back of that. I'm just going to pull this down. Okay, and everyone has their own preference to smile lines, so it's just really up to your client if they want a really long smile line, if they want a pointy one, very oval one. It's really up to your client as to what they want, but we've got all the time in the world, well, not really, but you get what I'm saying, as to set this smile line to just how you or your client wants it done. And I think that's perfect. So we're going to take that, and then we're going to come with the Diva DC Extreme Pink. It's very sheer. It's very beautiful. And we're going to, this is how we get that natural effect instead of just a hard, I can't explain like what I'm trying to say. It's a very harsh solid. You know, when you're wanting it to look like a natural nail bed, this is my solution for coming up with making it look a little bit more. Because you can see through your nail bed into the material underneath, which is your vessels and things like that. So this does not, the cover pink does not give you that effect. So what I've come up with is adding a sheer pink on top of it. So also here, I'm going to come in now with our clear acrylic, a very thin layer, and we're just going to push it into that smile line. Nice and gentle. This is going to be a very clear layer. This is just for our glitter to set on. This is not going to be for structure or anything else at this moment. This is going to be just very, very thin. Alright, so now we come in with our glitter mix. We're just going to get our brush wet with a little bit of monomer, and we're going to pick up a couple pieces. I like to start with the smaller pieces of glitter first, that way you get a really good foundation of color. And then I like to add the mylar and the hearts and things of that nature. So I really like to get into the bottom where the glitter's at first. And it's okay if you get a little bit on your smile line right now. We can clean that up in just a second. But we will make sure that smile line is perfect and clean before we're done. So we're just going to keep kind of scratching around at the bottom because I just love the glitter. I want a good pink base down there so that all the mylar just pops out. Gives that really icy finish to it. Very crystallized pink finish. And here we are, just slowly adding. And you can take your time here. There's no rush whatsoever right here. None. You just take your time. If you need to pick up a little more clear, if it's already set, go ahead and do that. Add it on there. Keep going back into your dapping dish, getting you a little bit of monomer so that you can pick up. You see what I'm picking up here? It's not a whole lot, just a couple pieces at a time. I don't want that big piece of mylar yet, so we're going to set this to the side right here on my hand. That way I know where it's at. I can always come back and pick that up again. I love taking my time and getting this just the way that I like it. And I'll be discussing with the client as this is going on if they want more or less mylar, more or less of the hearts, or if it's a different mix, a different color that they would prefer to pop through versus another, because there is sometimes dozens of colors in your mixes. And your client may choose to have just a pickup color here and there of certain ones versus a whole lot. And I think this is just about where I want it, really. But right now I'm my own client, so I can do what I want to. Okay, but now we're going to come in and we're going to make sure that none of those glitters or spangles or sparkles, nothing is on that smile line. And I've got a piece that's going to drive me nuts right there. So I'm going to come in with the angle of my brush and I'm just going to push it out of my way. And now there it is. I'm going to get our brush nice and dry. And we're just going to keep paying attention to these sidewalls. You have to pay attention to those the whole time you're doing stilettos because you don't have much of a sidewall. So you really have to pay attention because we're all used to doing a full form or full tip. And sometimes we do tend to forget that we have very slim walls here to work with. Right, so now we're going to pick up a very healthy pearl of clear, as you can see, and then we're going to place that right here in the middle of zone 2, right at the apex of our nail. And this is going to give us a beautiful arch. And we're just going to blend that into our nail bed, sorry. Just going to blend. And keeping that C curve so that we keep our beautiful apex. I'm going to take a little bit of the liquid out just so that I'm not scattering my, my glitter mix as I go while setting this. Always wiping the brush. Look, I have a heart in my monomer. Let's just move that out of the way. Once again, taking a little bit of the acrylic out the back of the brush. And we're just going to work it on these sidewalls. Keep giving us a beautiful C curve and a nice apex to this stiletto. And I think since I've already did, I'm just going to pat the sides. We're just going to keep patting. A pointy stiletto, a regular stiletto, and I've did an almond stiletto of sorts. And here we're going to do the reverse method real quick. This is how you put it on your tip. And we're just going to blend that in. We're just going to keep patting and blending and patting and blending. Again with the reverse method. Coming up. Looks like I've got a low spot right here, so I'm going to pick up a little more clear. Drain the liquid out. I don't know why I'm on a roll of saying water today. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I think what I was saying was I think with this now that I'm going to do a blunt cut. As you can see, I've already cut it blunt right there. And so I'm going to continue with that, and I'm going to actually make it a little bit shorter and a little more blunt, and it's going to actually look very classy, very chic. I love it. So I'll be right back after letting this set, so stick with me. And one quick tip while we're waiting for this to set. I am actually holding this up to a regular light bulb just to try to dry it out a little bit faster. But while you're waiting, go ahead and close up everything. Do what you will with your monomer, but make sure that all of your acrylic is covered and the lids are back on. Same thing with your mixes, pigments, everything. It really needs to be covered back up. You do not want that contaminated. Be right back. Okay, it's been about a minute and a half, and we're at a matte finish, as you can see. And we're set. And we're ready to file. So the first thing you want to do, you want to make sure you've got no skin touching acrylic. And I like to start with, before I do anything, is filing the sidewalls. Just to make sure that we get that very straight. That is a big thing for stilettos. The sidewalls have to be so straight. And I'm trying to stay in frame, you guys, so bear with me. And see what I'm doing, obviously. Let's try it over here. Okay. So we're just going to file these as straight as we can. And then we'll get to the bulk of the matter with the electric file. So let me grab that, and we will get to it. Now I'm using a medium coarse bit, and we will start at the cuticle edge, and we're going to just make a beautiful stick width of 3/4 line. Each nail has 3 zones, and coincidentally, or maybe not so, so does a file. A file has 3 zones, so I'm left-handed, and you start from zone 3, zone 2, right here. You got zone 3, zone 2, zone 1. Okay, and so you go from side to side. Zone 3, zone 2. Right apex is zone 2, and then you've got zone 1 to the other side. And this is what gives you that beautiful apex to your nail. The whole time, you're looking down your smile line, or the apex of the nail, and you're just looking straight down it. If you are, I'm not. Let's just put your angle. So, alright, so we're just removing the bulk. That's all that the electric drill is for. It is not small at all. Okay, so I've got the bulk of the filing done, which wasn't but a second after I paused the video. And now we're going to do our finessing, the thing that makes it beautiful. We do with our hand files. So we come back in here, and I use the electric drill to give this nail a very blunt end, since we've already did the other 3. So now we're just going to come in and we're going to continuously look at our side profile of our nail and down the smile line also. And we're just going to keep looking and blending and making sure everything is just beautiful and perfect. And when we're done with this part, I will show you exactly what it's going to look like, and then we are going to buff. Keep making sure that those side walls are just perfectly straight. That is the key to stilettos. Perfectly straight side walls. That's down here, right here where the file's touching. That has to be straight, coming out of the cuticle to the tip, straight. Okay, so I'm going to finish up the finishing file, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like before we buff. Okay, so that maybe took 15 seconds. Okay, so now this is what we've got. And your finish filing is a good way to let you know where you've lost or gained material, because you will get dust settling in high points or in the low points and when you're buffing. So maybe I've got one in here somewhere that I'll be able to show you what I'm talking about. The buffing block, this is my practice block. I love starting on the side walls and just getting those buffed. Another trick is to always come up with your buffer at the end. That way your clients aren't having those scratchy hangnail feelings when they get ready to go. And so we're going to buff. I love to go around the cuticles and then in. Literally I go from the cuticle out and come around and then go down the other side. So that's what I'm doing, and just in case it's too fast for the camera to pick up. So that's what I'm doing. Always maintaining that apex and C curve. Always. Okay, so I'm not seeing any. No collection of dust, so I did my job pretty well on the finished filing. And we're going to now take one last look and see, what do we think? Is there any adjusting that needs to be done? Anything like that? And I'm thinking she looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead real quick and we're going to put on a new top coat that I haven't actually tried out. I have used it on practice nails. As you can see, those are very glossy, very shiny. We're going to cleanse our nail now. And we're going to get all this dust off of our nail. We're going to clean off the practice finger too. So we're going to get all this dust off the practice nail. And then we're going to give us a nice top coat of Dashing Diva Top Seal Fast Drying Top Coat, or High Gloss. I'm sorry, I totally didn't even read that. I don't think. I think I just guessed at it. High Gloss Top Coat. So we're going to start almost at the cuticle, and we're going to come push up just a smidge. Never get any on your skin. Your clients will not appreciate having this on there, especially if this is a gel. If this were a gel coat and this touched your client's skin, it would cause the entire nail to lift. Because you know us ladies, we're going to pick that stuff off. That we don't want that touching our skin. So, as you can see, the effects of the two processes of the cover pink and the sheer pink, it actually makes you appear to have a real nail bed, all while covering your nail bed. So if you have really short nails, bitten nails, I've had a client who rode horses and she had dirt and stained embedded into the nail. and things like that. So this is a really good thing for covering up the natural nail, whether it has imperfections. Say your client has a blood blister under the nail. Cover Pink is perfect for that. Um, let's see what else we got. So this is the finishing product, and as you can see, it just glitters and have so much depth. It is beautiful, and you can see the hearts and all the icy mylar in there and all the glitters, and it's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I love it. So, um, y'all, you can catch me on Facebook and make an appointment that way to get your set of the Princess glitter mixes. We can also shorten them down, and you can do square tips with them also. Does not have to be stiletto. I just chose to show you guys in this style. Everyone has a different style. I prefer square. Um, Most of my clients do. I have a few that prefer extreme oval. Um, so it's to each their own, and everyone loves something different. Um, so come see me, make an appointment. Love to have you. Can't wait. Have a good day. Forgot to mention today is September the 14th, 2015, and this week's special is gel manicures. I am using C&D products this week. Their UV gel shellac and their UV gel base and top coat. It is such a deep finish. For instance, these two solid colored nails is C&D shellac UV gel in Fedora. I love this color, and y'all know I'm not a polished person. I love my designs. I love my glam and glitz and glitter and that kind of thing. And yes, I still bow hunt with all the dingle-doos on my fingers. Um, so I for me to be impressed by a polish, whether it be gel or not, is saying something, okay? But this color, y'all, it's so rich. Oh my goodness. It is so thick. I'm trying to get like, oh, it's just so creamy and wonderful. I love this polish. So it's on these two and these two. Um, Love it. So you'll get a manicure and the full C&D shellac treatment of a gel, UV gel polish this week for only $12. So bring a friend, bring your daughter, bring your niece, bring your granddaughter, bring your sister and your best friend, and come have a wonderful day of pampering with me at American Nail Studio. Have a great day.